In today's video, we're going to go through and finish up the main quest for the Shivering Isles DLC in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Last time, we helped defend the Gates of Madness from the Order. We also helped to rebuild the Gatekeeper with the help of the Dark Elf, Relmina. And finally, we helped gain the favor of the Dark Seducers by retaking Pinnacle Rock from the Order and saving their leader, Delora. We exit Pinnacle Rock and fast travel back to New Sheogorath Palace. It is here we speak with Lord Sheogorath one last time.
Time. Time is an artificial construct, an arbitrary system based on the idea that events occur in a linear direction at all times. Always forward, never back. Is the concept of time correct? Is time relevant? It matters not, one way or another. I fear that our time has run out. As I feared it would, my plan has failed. The Grey March is upon us, and I must go. I thought we had more time. I thought we had a chance. My plan has failed, and we were so close. Optimism! How adorable! I love it! Even at the end you make me laugh! I'm lying. That wasn't funny at all. No matter. Soon you and everyone else will be dead, and I will be left a mad god, ruler of a dead realm again. What happens is what always has happened, what always will happen. I crumble, I fade, the realm dies, and you with it. Flee while you can, mortal. When we next meet, I will not know you, and I will slay you like the others. I had intended to give you my staff, the symbol of my office, but life is gone from it, as it goes from me. It is now dead wood, a useless twig. With the staff there was hope, but now hope is dead. I am dead. The realm. Is dead! Sheogorath is dead! All shall crumble before Sheogorath!
Sheogorath has transformed into Jiggalag and disappeared. We're directed over to Haskell to see what we can do about the Grey March.
He is gone, but hope is not lost. We have a rare opportunity here, but I hesitate to do what must be done. If the Throne of Madness remains empty when Jiggalag storms the palace, he will prevail. But there is a chance that the throne may not be empty. Why, you will, of course. It has always been Sheogorath's intent to raise you to sit upon the Throne of Madness. True, but perhaps you can hold the throne, provided that you possess the proper symbol of office, namely the Staff of Sheogorath. Unfortunately, when Sheogorath faded, the power of the staff faded with him. It must now be remade. The staff is the symbol of power in this realm. He who rightfully holds the staff may hold the throne of the Shivering Isles. However, the secrets of its construction are lost. That which is lost can be found again. There is one being in the Shivering Isles who may be able to assist you in the construction of a new staff. The ruins of Knife Point Hollow once served as a great library. There you will find a door. Behind that door you will find the answer you seek. Although I hesitate to guide you towards this path, the secrets of the past will surely aid Jiggalag, but I fear that we have no other choice. Be mindful of what you find there. The library is a thing of order, and it will still serve that end. Take this crystal. It contains the power to open the sealed door. Inside, you will find the final remnants of the library. While not the source of the Daedric Prince's authority, each Daedric artifact provides that prince with a measure of power. Lord Sheogorath chose you to sit on his throne. With the staff, you may be able to do just that. The obelisks operate by reflecting and focusing energies in order to create a portal to this realm. They can be overloaded and rendered inert by placing the crystalline hearts of the knights into the obelisk itself. Each heart will increase the power of the obelisk until it eventually overloads and shuts down, closing the portal. Knife Point Hollow is near the core of the Shivering Isles. Follow the setting sun to the border of Mania. Climb the cliff there to the top. At the peak, you will find Knife Point Hollow.
Haskell has instructed us to head to Knife Point Hollow in the center of the Shivering Isles and seek out the knowledge from the Great Library of Jiggalag in order to recreate the Staff of Sheogorath. Looking at our map, it appears that traveling to Bliss is the easiest and quickest way to access Knife Point Hollow. We fast travel over and run the rest of the way to the Great Library. Arriving at the entrance and entering inside, we're faced with one single enemy, a Sown Flesh Atronach. After its defeat, we follow our compass arrow further along the ruin. Eventually, it leads us to an ancient door that's sealed shut. By interacting with it, we place the knife point crystal into it and the door opens. On the other side is a strange sight. An old man in robes is sitting in a chair. He's all alone and there isn't much else in the room, and he's not hostile towards us. We approach and speak to him.
I have been waiting for you, Your Grace. This day, as all days before and after, is well known to me. There are no surprises to Dias of Mytheria. Sheogorath has fallen, and you seek the means to foil the machinations of the Prince of Order. You seek the throne of madness. However, no mortal may sit upon the throne without the staff, so here you are in my prison, seeking to supplant the one who placed me here. If you wish to take the place of Sheogorath, then ask me what you will. You were expecting a book, an ancient tome filled with the secrets that you seek. But instead you have found me, the last remnant. Individuality is an illusion. The details of my existence are no more important than the history of a stone. However, if you insist, I once served as the keeper of the Great Library of Jiggalag. The Great Library was the height of logic and deduction. Contained within its walls were the logical prediction of every action ever taken by any creature, mortal or Daedric. Every birth, every death, the rise of Tiber Septim, the Numidium, everything, all predicted with the formula found within Jiggalag's library. When Sheogorath discovered the library, he had it burned, insisting that it was an abomination and that personal choice defied logical prediction. I am all that remains of the knowledge contained within the Great Library of Jiggalag. Following each cycle of the Grey March, Sheogorath has cast out or killed every aspect of order found in the Shivering Isles. I alone have survived. Sheogorath cannot bring himself to destroy the knowledge that I possess. Instead, he's confined me to this place and forbidden me to die. I have not seen another creature until fate, predictably, sent you to me. As you wish. Knife Point Hollow is my prison, as the great library it once contained all the knowledge in creation. However, spare me your grief. My imprisonment is as meaningless as my immortality. Time and place are nothing. Constructs of a feeble mortal mind attempting to categorize and understand the world around it. If you were one of the fortunate few, you would one day understand and accept this. However, you are not, and you will not. I can create the physical shell of the staff, but the divine essence must be gathered elsewhere. But apotheosis is no simple matter, and the creation of the staff is no simple task. I will require 2 sacred items in order to complete it. The Shivering Isles hold many secrets, but few remain unseen by mortal eyes. The staff is a tool of great vision, and thus requires the eye of one who has witnessed one of these unseen secrets firsthand. Sirta resides in the howling halls of mania. Find her and bring me the eye that has seen that which no other has. The trees and branches of this realm feed from a deep font of madness and mystery. One of the oldest trees, named the Tree of Shades, lies in the halls of Milkar. Milkar is a place of ruin, root, and mania. Go there and bring me a branch of this tree, but be warned. The tree will not surrender its secrets to one who has not earned them. Yes, only then can I create an appropriate vessel to hold the power that is inherent in the Lord of this realm. The staff may allow you to occupy the throne of madness, but understand that such a feat has never been attempted. All sources indicate that you will fail. It is a certainty. However, I also predict that this will not stop you from trying. The roots of the Tree of Shades run into the heart of the Shivering Isles. It is said that the tree feeds from waters of the Grove of Reflection. The Grove can show men who they truly are. Only after facing the truth will the Tree of Shades give up its branches to you. I can create the physical shell of the staff, but the divine essence must be gathered elsewhere. The staff of Sheogorath contains a portion of the divine power of the Daedric Prince. It is the embodiment of Sheogorath and of this land. Should you succeed, you will be the first mortal to have a dedicated Daedric artifact in your possession. This will be most interesting indeed. The staff of Sheogorath holds the secrets of this realm. As such, it requires a vessel that has witnessed dark secrets. Sirta has seen things with her eyes that no mortal has. Because of this, her eye will serve well to contain that which the staff must hold.
Daius is able to recreate the shell of the Staff of Sheogorath for us. However, we need to acquire 2 components before this can happen. The first component is a branch from the Tree of Shades, which is to be used as the shaft for the staff. The second component is the eyeball of someone named Sirta. Sirta has seen many things in her lifetime, most of which other mortals have not. Therefore, we need all that she has experienced condensed in the form of her eye to help power this staff. We first head for the Tree of Shades in Milkar. Milkar is located very close to a camp we discovered called Dreamwalk Camp, so we fast travel over there. Within mere moments of walking, we land at the entrance of Milkar. This dungeon has 6 zones in total. However, lucky for us, the zone we need to get to can be immediately accessed from the first zone. Once we deal with an Elytra Noble, we can take the doorway to the Grove of Reflection. Whilst inside, we walk a bit and end up in a grove that contains the Tree of Shades, as well as a glowing standing stone. Activating the stone will see orbs of light traveling around the room until they combine as one, creating a shadow copy of ourselves. This is where the trial of reflection occurs, and we must defeat our shadow self. Honestly, this must have been the most difficult fight in this entire questline thus far. Our clone hits really hard with his rendition of either Dawnfang or Sinweaver, and he had a lot of health. We died multiple times to it, and we even tried to cheese the fight by wandering in with no clothes on, hoping it would create a shadow copy that was completely defenseless. However, it would still spawn in with all our best items and give us a smackdown. Eventually, we noticed that even with a conjured Daedra to help us with the fight, our shadow clone was only aggroed onto us. So, we summoned a flesh Atronach and had it deal most of the damage to our clone while we would evade and block its attacks. Eventually, with enough patience, we defeated the clone and passed the trial of reflection. The clone drops a unique enchanted sword or axe called Shadowrend. However, we forgot to pick it up whilst in here. Rest assured I went back for it after the recording was done, but it's a really nice weapon and should definitely be retrieved. Once done inside of Milkar, we left the ruins and traveled to the new Sheogorath graveyard in order to make our way over to the Howling Halls. Whilst inside here, we actually come across people in red robes called apostles. We kill the first one standing guard closer to the entrance. They aren't a particularly difficult fight and only use a dagger and conjure hunger to do their bidding. Moving further along, we notice some apostle robes laying on a table. Idea in mind, we pick it up and equip it onto our character. Walking into the next room sees two more apostles, but this time they aren't aggressive towards us and we can actually speak with them.
Greetings, brother. How does the light find you this day? We seek the light with an open eye and an open heart. We carve the flesh away, seeking the light within. The light reveals all secrets and knows all thoughts. None can hide from it, and it shines in all places. Forsake the flesh, and you shall know the light. Hundreds of years ago, this very building once served as a temple in Cyrodiil that sought to cure the mad. It was in this temple that Emperor Pelagius was taken during his madness. After his death, in these very halls, the temple was destroyed. We stole the stones from Cyrodiil and reassembled the temple here in the Shivering Isles. Sirta is the Lightbringer. She has seen things that we can only imagine. If you are to join us, you must speak with her.
Whoever these people are, they sound like a cult of mages that likely shouldn't be messed with. And best of all, Sirta seems to be their leader, something called the Lightbringer. We make our way into the next area and get called out by a Khajiit for not being a part of this group. Before we kill him, we decide to speak with him to hear him out.
You do not belong here. You are a stranger. No, you do not understand. Put away your weapons. I mean you no violence. Perhaps you can help me. Good, good. Your face is known to me. One so famous as you cannot expect to walk around the Isles unrecognized, can you? You are the Duke, yes? And Sheogorath has sent you to find Sirta, has he not? He finally seeks to kill her? Still, for whatever reason you are here, you mean Sirta ill, yes? Don't bother refuting me, I know the truth. Yes, I do. But there are those of us here who want her gone as well, yes. Those of us who think that maybe we could lead better than she does. So, if you will help me, I will help you. Sirta will die, and you will not need to lift a finger. Then you can take whatever you need and go. Too long Sirta has led us here. Always against Sheogorath. Always. But we are tired of her vendetta. Sirta brought us here with promises to show us the light. But always is about Sheogorath. Is about revenge. Sirta lied. But when she is done, I will lead the acolytes to the light. In truth, Sirta is weak. She needs all the able bodies she can get. This is why you are able to walk in here wearing our robes and not be harmed. Always she wants to strike at Sheogorath. She needs people, and she leads them here with lies. I require weapons. For myself and for the apostles that will help me do the deed. But Sirta already is suspicious of me. She has forbidden me and those who support me from carrying weapons. And suspicious would it look if we were to wander around gathering them. Very clever, Your Grace. Bring to me 3 apostle daggers. Sirta must be slain with the weapons of the light if I am to take her place. No other weapons. But you must be discreet. Do not remove the robes, or you will be attacked. Even I will have to kill you, so I do not draw more suspicion to myself. And be cautious of killing my allies. I cannot forgive that crime. You will know them, as they are also forbidden to carry daggers. Will you help me bring the apostles to the light, and help yourself? Good, good. Bring to me the daggers. Then kill Sirta we will. Sirta is a fool and a liar. She allows her hatred for Sheogorath to interfere with our journey toward the light. She must be stopped. You don't have the daggers yet? Time is growing short. Do whatever you must to get them. A lot of history has this place. It was I who led the apostles to steal the stones from Cyrodiil when the original temple was destroyed. We rebuilt it here, as it was when it hosted its most famous guest. Sometimes at night, I can still hear Emperor Pelagius screaming. Sirta promised to bring us to the light. It is a way. A promise of a better future. Free from the shackles of Sheogorath. The light is knowledge, she says. Forsake all ignorance and morality in favor of the light, she teaches. But what does she do? She sits in her chamber and dreams of revenge against Sheogorath. She is a liar and has stolen our lives. Soon we will seek the light without her.
Rikirin wants to help us kill Sirta. We agree to form a partnership and think about where we can find 3 daggers. Conveniently for us, there were 3 apostles in the areas leading up to Rikirin. So, we can loot the dagger off of the one we already killed, and then slay the other 2 apostles to take their daggers. It doesn't take much effort to kill the apostles. Like I mentioned before, they aren't very tricky fights, and they also didn't bother grouping together to attack us. Once all of the daggers are secured, we go back and speak with Rikirin.
Have you brought to me the daggers? You have them, do you? Give them to me. I thirst for Sirta's blood. Tonight, the light will shine for us all. Tonight, Sirta's time comes to an end.
Rikirin moves quickly, and we follow him through the Howling Halls. Eventually, he makes his way to 2 other weaponless apostles and says this speech.
Take these daggers, slay her, and at last we can be on our path to true enlightenment. Here you are, my brothers. At last, we will be rid of Sirta. Come, now is the time.
We're once again on the move, following the 3 outcasts to their leader and our target, Sirta. we race through some doors and hallways and find ourselves in the chambers of their leader. All four of us surround her, and she begins speaking.
Rakiran? You come to me with blades drawn? What is the meaning of this?
I come to relieve you of your torment, dear Sirta. No more lost memories. No more pain. No more misleading us. To the void we will send you, and without you, we will gain the light.
You fool! I am the light. Come if you dare. I will cast you into darkness for all eternity. I will cast you into darkness.
A chaotic fight breaks out, and hungers are summoned by every apostle in the room. It's 4 against 2 in our favor, so I didn't see us losing this battle. The 3 apostles focus on Sirta, while her henchman, Luminary Kaz, makes a run at us and begins attacking. He was easy to defeat with our charged Duskfang and his simple dagger. Sirta fell before we could even lay a finger on her, and soon Kaz did as well. Looting her body, we find the eyeball that we need, among other things. We speak with Rakiran one more time.
Sirta is dead, and now the apostles fear that there is no one to lead them to the light. I should be the one who is leading, however. Do I have your support? I thank you for your help in killing her. Now I can lead my people towards the light.
We're allowed to leave these ruins unharmed, and we exit the way we came in. Fast traveling back to Knife Point Hollow and entering inside, we make our way over to Dais and hand over the components for the staff of Sheogorath.
You have the items, contrary to all prediction. Once again, you defy the path set before you. However, what comes next is now unclear. If you wish to confront what is to come, I shall create the staff for you. The roots of the Tree of Shades run into the heart of the Shivering Isles. It is said that the tree feeds from waters of the Grove of Reflection. The grove can show men who they truly are. Now that you have faced the truth, the tree has given its branches to you. Combined with the Eye of Sirta, the shell of the staff can be remade. Staff of Sheogorath holds the secrets of this realm. As such, it requires a vessel that has witnessed dark secrets. Sirta has seen things with her eyes that no mortal has. Because of this, her eye will serve well to contain that which the staff must hold. Now that you have both components, I can remake the shell of the staff. You possess the eye and the branch. Together they shall form the physical shape of the staff of Sheogorath. After I shape them into the staff, you must take it to the seat of power in the Shivering Isles, the palace of Sheogorath. There, imbue the staff with power from the font of madness. Soak the staff in the waters of the land, and it will open its full power to you. You have defied the expected and accomplished something that denies all logic. I must contemplate the error in my calculations. Now, take your treasure and leave me.
Now, all that's left to do is bring the staff back to New Sheoth Palace and tap into the Tree of Madness's power in order for us to become the new Prince of Madness. We make our way into the castle and interact with the altar behind the throne. However, something's wrong. The font of madness won't imbue its power into the staff. We're directed over to Haskell to see what's wrong.
You're back. You may have noticed that we have a bit of a problem. Order. The taint appeared only a short time ago, but it has spread quickly. I fear that soon we will all be serving a new master. Yes, his agents must have found a way to poison the font with order. Once the source of madness becomes the font of order, Chigolag has won. This is true. Very little surprises me, but your successes against the advance of order have left me astonished, speechless. Indeed, it is your very success that must have led Jiggalag to this unexpected avenue of attack. His usual approach is much less imaginative. Somehow, the forces of order have poisoned the pools of mania and dementia that feed the tree. I suspect the traitor Syl. Jiggalag has never had an original thought in his existence. Be that as it may, you will have to enter the fountainhead beneath the tree and find the source of the poison. The font flows with the sap of the Tree of Madness, which it draws up from deep beneath the palace. The fountainhead leads down to the pools of dementia and mania, where the insanity of the realm's inhabitants settles. Jiggalag's minions must have introduced order into the very wellspring of madness. You must cleanse the pools, or order has won the war. Sheogorath's private sanctuary, where he would often meditate amidst the tame gnarls that tend the roots. Normally, the fountainhead is a peaceful sanctuary, but there's no telling what changes the taint of order may have wrought. Now I fear that the gnarls themselves may be accelerating the spread of order throughout the tree's roots. Be careful.
And with that, thus ends the quest, Symbols of Office. Haskell tells us that we need to destroy the Order's influence on the Tree of Madness by defeating every Order member and cleansing the pools of dementia and mania. We make our way down into the fountainhead. Walking along, we see a gnarl rounding the corner. We prepare for a fight, but this one appears to be passive. It actually walks over to a root door infested with crystals and opens up the way for us. With the help of the gnarls, we shouldn't have any issues at all going through the fountainhead and cleansing the pools of the Order. Whilst down here, we do encounter some hostile gnarls. These ones have a grey glow to them and have clearly been influenced by the Order. They come in the forms of saplings and rootbenders, saplings being the easier of the two to defeat. There are 3 zones altogether to the fountainhead. The first one is a large maze-like area and contains 4 priests of order, 1 gnarl cultivator, which helps us to open the crystallized doors, 4 gnarls belonging to either dementia or mania, and 6 gnarls belonging to the order. What I didn't know while playing through this quest was that the priests of order drop something called shards of order, which can also be used to open the crystallized doors. The whole time we stood around and waited for an untainted gnarl to clear the path for us. The next zone we wandered into was the Pool of Dementia. This zone contains a large body of water in its biggest room. Standing in the body of water is a tainted gnarl and 3 priests of order surrounding a crystal obelisk. We get in closer and the foes aggro onto us. The gnarl was the hardest of the enemies to defeat as it had the most health to deal with and has the ability to hit hard. The priests occasionally cast shock spells that affected our health quite a bit, but with some perseverance and a lot of swinging away with Dawnfang, we eliminated all of the order present in the pools of dementia. We receive a quest update and now it's time to go to the next area. The next zone is the Pool of Mania. This zone also contains a large body of water with a massive crystal obelisk sticking out of the ground in the center of the room. This time, we spot 3 priests directly surrounding the crystal, but there's a 4th standing atop a platform, seemingly a leader of some sort. As we get in closer, we recognize that voice as well as their appearance. It's the former Duchess of Dementia, Syl, just as Haskell had suggested. The 3 priests aggro onto us and we summon a Golden Saint for aid. The Golden Saint takes all of the heat and we individually pick off the priests one by one. After all of the priests are dead, Syl spirals even further into her paranoia, albeit slightly justified, about how we've come to replace her and that her trust was misplaced in us. She wields her legendary warhammer called Nerve Shatter, which has the enchantments of shock damage and weakness to shock. Together, the Golden Saint and us slash away at her. Even though she has a pretty impressive weapon, her health does not follow suit and neither does her damage. She falls rather quickly to our blades, and we get a quest update saying that both the pools have officially been cleansed. We can now leave the fountainhead and head back up into the palace to once again imbue the staff of Sheogorath with the Tree of Madness's power. On our second attempt, we receive a quest update that it has worked and we officially gain the power of Sheogorath. Right away, a golden saint runs up to us in haste and delivers a message.
My lord, our Mazel Zuda sent me to find you. She requests your immediate assistance. I don't know, my lord. She only said it was a matter of the gravest import to the security of the realm.
Thus ending the quest, The Roots of Madness. Mazel Zuda and the other golden saints can be found standing around at the entrance into the palace. We walk over there and speak with her.
My lord, I'm glad to see you. We have a developing situation that requires your attention. Order. An obelisk has activated just outside the palace. I've ordered my Orioles to engage the enemy. I expect that this is the beginning of the final assault. The cursed usurper Jigalag himself may even take the field before the end. What are your orders, my lord? With pleasure, my lord. My Orioles will gladly die in your service.
It's time for the final showdown between us and the Order. We follow Ormazel and the rest of the Golden Saints to the courtyard of the palace. We see that the fighting has already begun, and 2 giant obelisks have been activated and are releasing their power and members of the Order onto the castle grounds. Several Knights of Order and Priests of Order charge in at us for the attack. We whip out Nerve Shatter to test our abilities with this great Warhammer. Even though our blunt skill is really underleveled, the enchantments and our strength attribute carry us through and it delivers damage to our foes rivaling that of Dawnfang. After slaying each Knight of Order, we go into their inventory and loot their hearts in order to shut down the obelisks. After 3 Hearts of Order have been placed into an obelisk, it begins to malfunction and explodes, rendering it useless and unable to bring in more Knights of Order. We move along to the second obelisk and go through the exact same motions. This way, the Golden Saints and Dark Seducers won't become overwhelmed by the forces of Order. Once both obelisks are destroyed, our hope increases that we might yet survive this attack. All of a sudden, a noise can be heard all around the palace, and a bright, blinding light shines down from the heavens. A white beam shoots down, and out comes the Daedric Prince himself, Jigalag. All of the Dark Seducers and Golden Saints were killed upon Jigalag's impact, and that just leaves a one-on-one between him and us. Jigalag has quite a lot of health and deals a lot of damage per attack, swinging away his greatsword and casting shock spells at us. We decide to stick it out with Nerve Shatter and see how well we can fare against him. Our health gets critically low and we're out of potions. We decide this attempt was a wash and just stick it out to see what happens. We manage to get him paralyzed on the ground and lay into him. His health gets extremely low and is likely just hits away from dying, but he casts a cheap shock spell against us and finishes us off. The next attempt, we make a little more strategy going into the boss fight. We fully charge our reliable 2-handed Elven Claymore of Sinweaver and have Sanguine Rose at the ready. When Jigalag spawns in, we fire off our last charge of the staff at him and out comes a Daedroth to our aid. The Daedroth holds him off for a bit and deals quite a lot of damage while he's aggroed onto us. It's safe to say we did a lot more damage with Sinweaver this time and managed to cut him down pretty quickly, ending the Grey March and defeating the Daedric Prince of Jigalag.
Enough! I am beaten. The Grey March is ended. For millennia, this drama has unfolded, and each time, I have conquered this land, only to be transformed back into that gibbering fool, Sheogorath. It was not always so. Once I ruled this realm, a world of perfect order. My dominion expanded across the seas of Oblivion with each passing era. The other princes fearful of my power, cursed me with madness, doomed me to live as Sheogorath, a broken soul reigning in a broken land. Once each era, I was allowed my true form, conquering this world anew. And each time I did, the curse was renewed, damning me to exist as Sheogorath. Now, though, you have ended the cycle. You now hold the mantle of madness, and Jigalag is free to roam the voids of Oblivion once more. I will take my leave, and you will remain here, mortal. Mortal, king, god, it seems uncertain. This realm is yours. Perhaps you will grow to your station. Fare thee well, Sheogorath, Prince of Madness.
Thus ends the quest, The End of Order. Unsure of what happens next and where to go from here, we go back inside of the palace to speak with Haskell on the next steps.
You've done it! Well done, Lord Sheogorath. I never doubted you for a moment. Now, of course, there is business to attend to. As you have assumed the mantle of Sheogorath, there are matters that deserve your attention. As Lord of this realm, there are a number of benefits to which you are entitled, as well as a number of duties to which you must attend. You may request any of the Golden Saint or Dark Seducer escorts at the castle to accompany you. They will defend you to the death. You may also summon entertainment to your throne room. Your predecessor found this most invigorating. Speak with me if you wish entertainment. You also have the ability to affect the weather in your realm. As it is an extension of yourself, it will often have an effect on you as well. You also have the benefit of Sheogorath's protection. Cast this upon yourself, and if your life is threatened, you will be returned to your castle. Many of these abilities, Lord, are rooted in the magics of the Isles. Should you choose to leave this realm, they will not likely function. You wish entertainment, my lord? Of course, sire. Yes, is there something you require? Your first duty is to attend to the needs of your subjects. You will find that there are constant threats to the residents of the Isles. Your job is to protect them, either by dealing with the matter yourself or sending your armies to take care of it for you. It seems all is peaceful in the Shivering Isles, my lord. Will wonders never cease? You wish entertainment, my lord? As you wish.
We turn around to speak with the court healer.
Are you injured, Lord? Do you require my services? Of course, Lord.
In comes the dancer to bust out some moves for our entertainment. We approach the throne and equip our new attire as the Lord of the Shivering Isles, Sheogorath's regalia. This has the enchantments of Fortify Personality for 30 points and Fortify Luck and Speechcraft for 10. We take the throne as the new Daedric Prince, and thus ends the complete main questline of the Shivering Isles DLC for the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. So now, we're officially the new Daedric Prince of Madness, Sheogorath. Well, sort of. We're more like a stand-in, as Jigalag was technically Sheogorath and vice versa. We're granted full power over the Isles, and it comes with its perks. We can change the weather, we command both armies of the Mazkin and Orioles, we can tell Haskell to give us entertainment, the forces of order have been permanently removed from the Isles, the flame of Agnon can be moved around from Dementia to Mania, and a myriad of other benefits come along with it, like the ability to teleport back to the palace in times of need. We also have access to the Sword of Jiggalag, which is behind the throne on a podium. We can use the Staff of Sheogorath, which is quite handy. It freezes all attacking opponents in place for 15 seconds and gives us either a combat advantage or the ability to flee. Finally, we can ask either a Golden Saint Escort or a Dark Seducer Escort to travel around the Isles with us and offer their protection. So let's talk about the main questline as a whole. I honestly have only positive things to say about it. The whole aesthetic and scenery of the Isles was amazing to experience. The contrasts of mania and dementia were a really nice touch, along with the vastly different cities of Crucible and Bliss. Everything about this DLC was a breath of fresh air. Whole new dungeons, whole new landscapes and cityscapes, NPCs that are the exact opposite of dull, and even more interesting and unique lore offered through the Mazkin and Oriel conflict, along with Sheogorath himself. The star of this entire questline was without a doubt Sheogorath. Hats off to the voice actor and his performance because it was just so captivating. I could listen on and on for hours hearing his anecdotes and speeches. I thoroughly enjoyed the pacing of the DLC, how we start off simply trying to get out of the Fringe and beyond the Gates of Madness. We work our way up to dealing with the houses of Dementia and Mania to becoming the Duke or Duchess ourselves. Finally, we end off with actually becoming Sheogorath, the Prince of Madness, and ruling over the Shivering Isles. My favorite quests, as per usual, are the ones that require speechcraft, cunning, and conspiracy, and there were certainly no shortage of those in this questline. The torture chambers of Zidillion during the quest, baiting the trap, will hold a special place in my heart for their creativity. It was such a unique and interesting experience, and I absolutely loved deciding the fate of those adventurers. Overall, it has been my favorite of the questlines thus far that we've explored on this channel. It's honestly difficult to pick parts of it that I didn't like, and I have to think really hard on them. To be really nitpicky, super subjective, and likely in the minority, I did find some of the dungeon crawls and fetch quests to be a little too long. Personally, I groan when a dungeon has 3 zones to it that we need to explore, and some of these dungeons had 5+ zones. However, as a bard, dungeon exploration isn't my strong suit compared to the gossip and conspiracies of the cities. A plot point I found interesting for the questline is that the Grey March happens once every era. If that's the case, and as explained by Sheogorath many times, Jiggalag will simply transform back into the god of madness anyways. So, apart from breaking the cycle altogether, I didn't find the stakes in losing the war that big. In theory, we could have just left the Shivering Isles during the sweep of the Order and returned once Jiggalag was through with his destruction, once we sought to do so. I guess to sum it up, the dangers of Mehrunes Dagon during the main quest feels way more threatening than Jiggalag did in this one. Sheogorath even says it himself that at the end of every Grey March, he just simply picks up the pieces from where they broke off and rebuilds the Shivering Isles. However, I do understand the urgency from the Prince and its citizens on not wanting to have everyone on the Shivering Isles wiped out. Plus, it's not really in our character's nature to let these events go by the wayside without interfering with them. Honestly, other than me being really nitpicky about these things, I can't really think of anything else that I dislike or felt like needed improvement. This was the first time I had completed this questline, and I'm very happy to have gotten to experience it with you all. As per usual, we made 5 separate parts of this questline and 1 long form master video which will be coming out shortly, or in other words, you might be already watching it. Here's to the next journey in traveling back to Cyrodiil or helping out the citizens of New Sheoth, whichever we decide is best. Until next time, keep on adventuring.